why using Casemiro? I don't understand, because there is no way you look at it. There's no reason why Casemiro is starting this match, because Casemiro has not played the last 5 games for Manchester United, 4 or 5 games for Manchester United. So the reality is, the guy doesn't have the match rhythm already. Doesn't have match rhythm. So I don't know why you are using Casemiro, where you could have used Kobe Mainoo and where you can use Eriksen. What's up, my people? Welcome to Vertical Football. Welcome to another episode of 5 Things We Learned. Manchester United Newcastle 2. Guys, a very, very exciting game. A lot of talking points, a lot of things that also get you angry. But guys, let's jump right into it. The 5 Things We Learned. The first thing I have to say, very poor starting lineup from Ruben Amorim. I don't want to always be the one to come out and start highlighting the mistakes, but really I felt it was very, very poor starting 11, because first of all, you have to understand the qualities of your opponent, and when you understand the qualities of your opponent, you have to understand that in the Premier League, one of the most intense, one of the most hardworking in terms of runs, in terms of pressing, is Newcastle. Newcastle is an high-intensity team. The likes of Gordon, Tonali, the Isiak. These guys are hard workers. Joelitin, these guys are hard workers. And when you are playing an high-intensity team like that, you have to set up your team in such a way that, you can deal with that intensity. You can either deal with the intensity, subdue the intensity, or, you can even bring a much more higher intensity. And when you are starting that game and you're starting with the likes of Eriksen and Casemiro in the midfield, these are players that even in games where it's not as intense, they fumble. And you are starting them. I know, yes, Bruno is not around. I know Ugarte is not around. I understand that. But why not use Eriksen and Kobe Mainoo? Because I felt the starting lineup that ended the game was the starting lineup that should have started that match. Because I understand that Eriksen played against Tottenham. That was also a very, very high intensity game, and Eriksen coped with that, with the demands of that match. So why not use Eriksen and use Kobe Mainoo? Why using Casemiro? I don't understand, because there is no way you look at it. There's no reason why Casemiro is starting this match, because Casemiro has not played the last 5 games for Manchester United, 4 or 5 games for Manchester United. So the reality is, the guy doesn't have the match rhythm already. Doesn't have match rhythm. So I don't know why you are using Casemiro, where you could have used Kobe Mainoo and where you can use Eriksen. Secondly, in this part of post starting lineup, why using Joshua Zirkzee? This is an high intensity match, for God's sake. Why Joshua Zirkzee starting? Why can't you use a player that can run, that can also match the intensity? And you could see that it was a poor decision, because I don't know what happened to Joshua Zirkzee, but maybe they could have injury or fitness issues. But the fact is that tactically it was a poor decision, and you could see that even before the end of the first half, he removed him. It was poor. This is a player that cannot even play when the intensity is very low. You are using him in an high intensity match like Newcastle. It's terrible. Terrible mistakes from Amorim in that aspect. I have to call it out, because I can't, as I told you guys, the honeymoon is over. We have to start calling out the mistakes he's making, in as much as we are also calling out the mistakes the team are making. So I felt the likes of Garnacho should have started. Even though you say Garnacho is not a good player, but at least you will still get the runs from Garnacho. You will still get that threat on the press and on the recovery from Garnacho. Zirkzee doesn't offer you that. So I felt it was very, very bad decision from Amorim. That's the first point. The second point is, there are 2 ways to win Newcastle. Just 2 ways to win Newcastle. Number 1 is control the game. Don't let them play what they want to play. Control the game. Let the tempo of the game be low. Let the tempo of the game be the tempo you want. And I feel Manchester United cannot win the game. This squad cannot do that, because we don't have players that are confident on the ball. So you don't expect them to control the game. So also, the second way to win Newcastle is to just, give them a higher, bring an higher intensity far above their own. This team cannot do it in terms of Eriksen, Casemiro, Zirkzee. It can't do it. So whichever way you look at it, there was no way at all that Manchester United could have won this game. You can't bring control to the game. You can't match their intensity and even surpass their intensity. So there's no way. This is a well-deserved loss. A well-deserved loss, because there's no way Manchester United could have won. The third point, I will say quickly, is the fact that I have to call out a player, even though I like the player so much, and I felt he has been a good signing so far. But I have to call him out, Lisandro Martinez. I felt he didn't deal with the two goals at all. He didn't deal with it. I felt the first one, you could argue, was it his fault? Was it Maguire's fault? But when you watch the highlight, you see that Maguire instructed him to, to just at least be closer to Isiak and even touch one or two. Let him just, the start is jump, so that maybe he just maybe plays it up or doesn't even play the right way. But Martinez was just doing shadow defending, and the guy scored. The second goal, Maguire had marked his own man. Martinez, you are the one to track the runner. He didn't do that. So I felt Martinez had a poor game, and I'm not happy with what I'm seeing from him this season. I don't want to give excuses why it's happening, even though I think I have an idea of what is happening. But I have to say, it was poor performance from Lisandro Martinez today, and I really feel it's not nice. The fourth point is, a lot of decisions on the ball were just so poor. They're just so poor. This is not the standard of a team in the Premier League. Not only were Manchester United players, physically not ready for this match, mentally they were not ready. A lot of players taking too much touches on the ball. A lot of players trying to do magical things. I don't understand. When simple things you should have just done, release the ball quick. As basic as that is, a lot of players were holding on to the ball. A lot of players were not quick, were not sharp enough mentally to identify that this is the next plan of action. This is the next, action of play. It's really, really sad to see these players. Once again, they are trash. Let's just say the way they are trash. But I don't want to just say I don't believe all of them are trash, but I know some of them clearly are trash. I don't want to start mentioning them, but I struggle to want to believe that all of them cannot be trash now. But when you watch these matches, you have to say something is definitely not going okay with these guys. There's something not going well with these guys, and it's really, really sad to see they are not physically ready for the game. They are not also mentally ready for the game, so it was sad. The fifth point, I have to say, guys, just brace up. We said it many times on the podcast that the storm is here, and I feel you guys can feel it. This is the third game on the bounce, and then when we won the Manchester Derby, we felt we have turned the corner in the season, but no. When you watch that Manchester Derby, you also know that there's still a lot more work to be done on the team. And now we've lost 3 games on the bounce, 3-0, 2-0, and 2-0. I don't think we're going to even win the next match. But whichever way, we'll be here to analyze the games. We'll be here to give you our objective analysis, our balanced analysis on the match. So guys, brace up. Manchester United fan, I told you guys in this period, tell your wives, tell your girlfriends to take care of you, because you're going to need it well this period. Thank you guys for sticking with me. This is 5 things. Manchester United 0, Newcastle 2. As usual, please like this video. Please share this video to your fellow fans. And most importantly, subscribe. Thank you and bye.